Hi everybody, Yada Greg here, and I'm getting ready to install a temperature sensor into Pink Bunny powered speakers. The Omron sensors are in this bag, and these are the let's see, where's the part number here? The DET8L06. So this is the they sense temperature in a horizontal pattern with 8 sensors. And here's the connector that we're going to need. Tiny little connector that's going to plug into this mating connector on the Omron sensor, and these are the tiny little pins that we're going to have to wire up to. So I'm going to show you how we did that, including all the mechanical modifications to the head. It's got a red X on it. I burned it out by applying 6 volts to it accidentally, so make sure you don't exceed the 5 volt rating. But you can see the connector here, what it looks like. It's got some metal pins on the inside of it there, and you can see the little ridges along the top. And then we have the mating connector here. See if we can get it focused. You can see the mating connector, so it's going to plug in like that. And you can see the pins are going to fit in these little slots. So the pins, these are really tiny. See if we can get this to show up here. So you can see the pins. They're meant for crimping onto very small wires. You can see the little wings. Looks like edge on it, looks like a little airplane. So the far right are meant to fold around the insulator, and then the 2 shorter ones are meant to fold around the wire and crimp onto the wire. However, we don't have a crimping tool for these. I couldn't find one that they made that's a hand tool. So we're going to solder onto these little tiny pins. Then you can see the contact is right there at the end, and then those pins, once we get the wire on, we're gonna slide those in from the back right here into those slots, so that the tail fins on that plane are going to be folded over, and they'll be vertically facing upward in these slots, so that the spring-loaded contact will end up facing upward on this side of the connector. With these really tiny pins, it might be a good idea to get one of these funky looking things that we wear around your head. It has a light, and but you also need something to hold the pins while you're working on them. And the fact is, you need something to hold the wire and the pins, so you really almost need a couple of these. Here's another way to do it. This is another way to hold things. It's not such a good clamping mechanism as these, but if you look, when you put these together, it's really hard to get the wire and the pin lined up when these are so far apart. So I usually use a second one of these. For the wire that we're going to solder to the little pins, I'm just going to take an old Ethernet cable, and the wires inside the Ethernet cable are all twisted pairs, and that's important for the Omron I2C sensor signals, the clock and the data line, to be on a twisted pair, twisted with the ground.